Hello, Exemplary Performance community. I'm here to spend a couple minutes today unpacking the recent phenomenon of quiet quitting that's really been dominating social media and now mainstream media. I first heard the term last Friday through LinkedIn, and I was baffled by my naivety that striving for excellence is upsetting to some people. So I researched the term, I looked at various points of view. I'm here to bring you ours and invite discussion around quiet quitting, the implications to organizations, and how we can protect against this as high-performing organizations and really understand our employees and serve them better. So while many explain the term of quiet quitting, not many offer solutions. And I believe that quiet quitting is just a rebranded term for the disengaged. So since Jesus wore sandals, since there was employees and productivity being evaluated, and since Gallup has been doing assessments on engagement and disengagement, this has been an issue and a challenge for employers. 10 years ago in my profession, performance consultants called those that were disengaged the quit and stay. So regardless of the term, it represents a real challenge for organizations to attract and retain talent that's already scarce. And really, how can we continue to drive business results if our employees are doing the bare minimum? And the majority of folks feel this way. So we're first familiar with one kind of empowerment to address burnout, and that was with the Great Resignation, where we saw that mass exodus of folks that were clamoring for jobs that had more purpose, certainly more flexibility, more autonomy, maybe more in line with their passion and what they liked to do that maybe was once a side hustle. But definitely this was the first power move to address feelings of burnout. Fast forward, we're now a couple months past the Great Regret, where 26% of those that jumped ship would welcome their old job back. Rightfully disgruntled, I think 3/4 of folks said, hey, the grass really isn't greener and the things that I were promised on this side aren't really coming to fruition. I think a hallmark really of this phase is that for the first time, according to McKinsey and other resources, desire for professional growth and career pathing trumped reasons for leaving. It trumped role, title, salary, compensation, and one's relationship with their manager as the top reason to leave. So I think there's a lesson there, and our current client work is all about really career pathing and role clarity. So enter this next phase, which is quiet quitting, the anti-hustle culture that performs only the bare minimum. And while I am in favor of healthy boundaries and certainly prioritizing physical, mental, and emotional well-being, I just question, and I think high performance has a little bit of rub with this notion of quiet quitting. So we'll talk a little bit about the responsibility of the individual contributor as well as the organization to address why these employees are feeling like this, uncover the root cause, and work towards it. I don't know anyone who would raise their hand and say they'd like to opt for, major surgery performed by a doctor that only did the bare minimum. So one of the rubs here is that the performance curve is not flat. So quiet quitting actually extends the gap between the majority of folks in a given role in a given population. And, there are always that few highly engaged set of employees that outperform expectations. I would argue they disproportionately drive business results according to their role, and they're rewarded both personally and professionally for doing so. So as long as we have top performers and stars that shine, this gap will only become wider if we have more and more folks conducting this quiet quitting. I think a good reason, so regardless of what we call it, the Great Resignation, the Great Regret, being disengaged, quiet quitting, regardless of the fad or the term, our proprietary exemplary performance system of high performance is the solution and has endured well past whatever we choose to call it. And I think the organization and the individual contributor are jointly responsible for addressing this. For instance, in terms of job fit and capacity, we need to create accurate job descriptions. Discretionary work is not discretionary if it's always expected. If we always expect our employees to go above and beyond, then we should update the job description to accurately reflect those role expectations. Similarly, I think folks are still yearning for connection, community, and mutual accountability. If only a certain folks are willing to go above and beyond, that kind of erodes the community, the collegial nature, and supporting one another and having one another's backs. I think organizations and individual contributors alike have to be introspective and really understand and tap into their employees' passion, purpose, and motivations. And if we're an employee that is not doing work that lights us up, we need to honestly ask ourselves what's preventing us from doing a job that we are really engaged and interested in. And what skills and unique knowledge can employees bring that will help them feel more satisfied and also help the organization. Finally, we feel strongly that organizations should reward and recognize those that go above and beyond. And that could take the form of promotions, certifications, certainly financial bonuses, but really aligning rewards and recognition for that desired behavior and not making it the norm or taking those folks for granted when they do go above and beyond. In as little as 6 to 8 weeks, we at Exemplary Performance help our clients architect high-performing systems that talk and at least open the conversation to this level of engagement. We start with leadership alignment sessions, and then we look at those who are the best in a given role. So we really look to discover what top performers do differently to inspire a new level of greatness in all. Once we deliver that, we help you embed it into the organization and invariably have conversations about organization accelerators and barriers, which are those things that unintentionally get in the way of high performance. And we work with our managers to remove or eliminate them. Then we have a clear line of sight really from job expectations through the application and interview process, all the way through onboarding, regular performance management, and feedback through career pathing and talent management. So you have a clear line of sight to really what's expected in the role. So again, we offer our exemplary performance system as a solution to really all of these phases of where folks are disengaged. If we can help in any way, please drop a line below in the comments. We'd love to hear from you or reach out to me directly. Thanks so much and have a great day.